Who approaches me?
It's good to see you again. It gets somewhat lonely up here. However, my quest for yes, I wonder how he fares now. I knew a Droon Ancilla. These old halls have been held... Did you say the Ancilla key? Why, yes, of course I have it. In 10 years, I've never let it leave my sight. Are you saying that... Wait, this could be a trick. How do I know you're not here to seize the Gastir domain just as I'm about to win it back? Droon, I'd never forget. Our families stoked such hate. But I could never hate Droon. He was the reason I wanted to survive the Bogan, to come back, take the key, give it to Droon, send him good wishes. Perhaps when all of this is over, he and I can resume our friendship. My days of blades and battles are behind me. With the aid of people, farewell.
Hey, what are you doing out here? Caelid Coast isn't a... Do I know you? You're there. I fought with Captain Gastir at Melsenshire. Maybe we spent a few skirmishes together. I can't remember everything that happened. Can you? And you were talking to me? The Sergeant is a legend. Not just anyone can fill those boots, friend. I have fought in a number of campaigns. And without me, the unit would have surely been killed in Cursewood. Fine. If it is the wish of Sergeant Odai, then I will relieve him of command. I appreciate your vote of confidence. Sometimes one opinion can make all the difference. Bye.
You look familiar. So you have spoken to Cornall? Then it's Cornall is a fine soldier. One of the few who knows how to hold. Under his command, these men here will be fine. Relief will be here soon. And with it, a fresh group of officers from Melsenshire. Come, it is time to head to Sea-Watch. Goodbye.
I came back to retrieve that... letter. Now that I have... Farewell.
Let me be the first to tell you how pleased I am to see Arian Odai out and about. What a fine Alpha. There are few finer. Of course, I don't do bad work either, if I may say so. Did you see the improvements? Progress is big. Only one member of the staff remains to be found. Normally, I would not encourage his return, but we need a merchant. He is called Astor Collier. Rumor has it that he's prowling the spoils at Melsenshire, the scruffy little scavenger. The little carrion bird is likely hovering over a pile of bodies somewhere. The last I heard, he was picking through... Goodbye.
Slept since you left. My mind kept revisiting those last few moments with Hilared. The tower fireplace. The kiss she left on my cheek. Almost like a bruise. You've revived my family, friend. These great artifacts will help to restore the Ancilla name in the Caelid coast. I must take the verdant blades. You must. I do not wish to rule my new domain with fear and fire. The seal is enough. And so, a new age begins. I was only 10 years old when the Bolgan came. I've devoted every coin of our family fortune to the war effort, knowing that one day I'd return to the... Be careful.
Hey there. Bad scene, isn't it? Call me Astor. Astor Colliane, general merchant by trade. Not that there's much business going on around Milson. Is this a jest? See, watch that old ruin? Ha! You'd sooner find me picking loot off the dead. Actually, let me consider your offer. At Sea-Watch, I'd have private access to the sea and a protected perch. Fine. Private Edstar possesses a prize that I desire, a dagger belonging to one of the Tuatha generals who fell in battle. You can find Freedy in the tavern or around town. Worst soldier I've ever seen. She's in it for the loot. Then again, so am I. Did you try the gutter? Or in a puddle of her own vomit? Tell you what, try the tavern. Though she'll eventually wind up in one of those other two. Private merchant and enterprising individual, that's... Wait, you don't mean you wanted to know about me personally, did you? Not a chance. As good a place as any to run your business. It's got a roof. Ancilla hired me back when his people were in a bidding war. Goodbye.
Welcome to the war.
Hello.
Yeah, what is it? Wait, it sure did. I've refused 4 offers for it, broken the nose of a guy who tried to steal it, and turned down one proposal of marriage. That dagger's mine. Really? You think so? I never thought about that. I'm walking around Chloricon with a target on my chest. We all are after Melson Shear. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's not worth the trouble. I'm so close to living through this war that the last thing I need is to die over a souvenir. Here, it's yours. Oh, I come from a long line of soldiers. We don't know anything else. I'd pay good gold to see anyone in my family bake a loaf of bread or read a book.
Yes? Can I help you?
Ah, very good. Very good indeed. If you weren't so busy slaying Niskaru lords, you would probably make an adequate... I'll go back to Sea-Watch with you. But if that Burn Elgar starts to get on my nerve, that one is a wart on a Bolgan's ass. Goodbye.
Interested in a trinket or a gem? Rialti's Ma has what you need. Another time, then.
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Melsenshir should be cheered, not... I am Adrian Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more. I was dead, or I should have been at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha. It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this man, whoever he was a warrior of... He was cut off and surrounded by the Tuatha. He is surely dead. However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace to learn of his fate. The Varani warrior? The last I saw of him, he was cut off behind Tuatha lines in Cursewood. Farewell.
smiling upon us now. Lyria is smiling upon us now. Interested in a trinket or a gem? Realty's Ma has what you need. Another time then.
A journal? Let me see. This book, he speaks of a brother in a place called the Icebrine Coast. Perhaps when the war is over, I will travel there and tell... Thank you, champion. This book has brought me some small measure of peace.
My liege, it is done! The last of the staff has returned. Might I say that I have lived a long time and attended to many of noble birth and honorable disposition, but none compares to you. The castle is yours to rule as you see fit, my liege, and as always, your humble staff is at your service. This castle was meant as a holdout against the hordes. A final martial bastion against Lord Ancilla commissioned its construction well into the twilight of his days. And it was finished just months before... Where to begin? Well, I attended to the young lord before... Ancilla was once a mighty name, a mighty line. Few like them remain, at least those of the old order. Really, my liege? You wish to know about me? Why, I am Bern Elgar, he who... Goodbye. We here at Sea-Watch are a family. Goodbye.
The strength of contempt, fear, and hate courses through the rushing veins to the very fingertips. The instruments of war are readied, light in the grip, and machinations of the gauntlets of the Fey Hunter.
The Tuatha are on the run. Good work. Plus, it's much more pleasant here without Gadflow bellowing at me from all corners. But enough pleasantry. Are you prepared for your reunion with Ventrinio? The notes we got from Octien say that you were employed as Ventrinio's assistant in his secret laboratory. You were with him in Alabastra when you died. But the notes weren't clear on what happened. I'm sure the two of you have so much catching up to do. Very forthright of you. I'm sure he'll be very reasonable. He probably won't even ask why you're back from the dead. Just make sure he lives long enough to get us into Alabastra, and you can count on my help. Of course, this is bound to be informative. I'm just disappointed I never had a chance to see the original Well of Souls. He's a worm, but a useful one. Octien took quite a risk setting him up in Cluracan. Must have made a lot of deals to keep him safely hidden away. I believe our new friend has a disturbing path of living shadow to offer you.
Make it quick.
I hope you're ready for this. I believe this island smells like death. Stay behind me. Whatever that gnome's been up to, it looks like he's made a few enemies in the process. We can all be glad you didn't turn... Just as Hughes thought. Ventrinio used the same wards from their old lab. This'll be quick. Follow me and be careful. The Laz are coming from somewhere in here.
The energy from the Well of Souls is overwhelming. Damn it! What's wrong? And why are there so many Laz?
Sounds like our rat is caught in a trap. I'm sure he'd be happy to help whoever saves him. Feeling homesick? Careful, or we'll get trapped up there too. Here's where we part ways. I'll stop the lads at the stairwell. You get upstairs and retrieve Ventrinio. Shouldn't be hard to find him. Keep moving up and follow the cowardly shrieking. I'll hold this staircase. Move!
A new source of power? What sort of nonsense is this? If anything had come in here, my detection spells would have... Wait. Who's down there? Show yourself! Damn it all! I don't care who you are. Get up here! It's the key to stabilizing the well. This is what I get for using all those soldiers. I never should have let them keep their swords. When you get up here, try not to look directly into the well. It can be a little upsetting. Damn it! Hurry! Before the whole well starts to collapse. Took your time. Gods damn it! Ever since the Balor was defeated, the Chaos magic sent the well off its alignment. You show up, and now the Laz are... Wait. What? It's you. You're alive. But I saw you die. I'm Ventrinian, of course. Don't you remember me? You were my assistant here at the Well of Souls. You were going to help me change the world. But of course, that was before you died. It was terrible. You were the best assistant I ever had. Who else could have helped me get into Alabastra? Who else had that ambition? We got more than enough Prismere, but you wanted to track down the power source, even if it meant sneaking right onto Gadflow's nose. I spent days trying to recover your body, but I never expected to find you alive, or for you to return. Speaking of which, how did you return anyway? Of course you did. We went there to steal Prismere to power the well, and you wanted to go after the source of the Prismere itself. You went off, geared for war, sneaking into Baal itself. You damned fool! I had a better chance of bringing you back from the dead than I had of changing your mind. But I wasn't able to do either. What? That's impossible. You were attuned at this well. You've never even set foot in his lab. Hughes is a joke. He doesn't have the stomach for this work. Don't try waking the dead if you're not ready to make a few corpses, I say. But the well is coming down around us. Quick! I've got to slow the energy and shut this thing down. And don't... Oh, damn it all. Here they come. Hold them off. The Laz are here. Hold them off while I try to stop the flow of energy to the well. Ignore the rumbling. Focus on the Laz. There. Perfectly safe. I think. Anything we can salvage? All my work gone. Damn it all! But at least we're still alive. Once again, I triumph over death itself. Going back into Alabastra. Well, I still have a way in, but it's more dangerous now than the last time we went. I'll need more Prismere if I'm to rebuild the well. And I suppose I owe you something for saving my life. Perhaps this talisman can help you. It's a little something I salvaged from the debris. It might just help against whatever killed you the first time. We got in with a little help, of course. See, it's all because of Callus Dren, the defender of pride. In his house, no one can stand before him. None can even approach, unless you have my little secret. Patience, patience. You'll have it soon enough. I'm going to have to dig it out of the rubble of the tower. Go to the field of Huber, and I'll meet you there. And if you value your life, do not approach Dren. Just go to the field of Huber and wait for me. I'll meet you down there once I can find this damned essence. Dren, defender of pride. One of twin defenders, quite powerful in their home. And it seems the defender of valor quite disappeared when her house fell. Imagine how useful she would have been if she were here today. You don't remember it? Well, why dredge up the past? After all, you're fine now, aren't you? You're not the type to hold a grudge, right? Okay. We were in Alabastra getting Prismere. I never thought it'd be dangerous. At least... Oh, don't give me that look. Accidents happen, and you can't make an omelette without leaving a few corpses. I didn't know anything about you before you worked for me. Octian hired you and told me you were a resourceful assistant. That's all I know. You didn't like talking about yourself. Actually, you didn't like much of anything. Honestly, you were a terror to be around. But you've changed. I can tell. Before you died, you would never have been this diplomatic. You probably would have knifed me for answers by now. Oh, speaking of which, you left this in your room before you died. Take it. Octian, the man lacked vision. Can you believe all he wanted was his own... Still, he wasn't squeamish about what had to be done in order to develop the well. I suppose he paid well, too. Get going. Remember, don't go near Dren until I get there.
Did you hear that?
We feel the glare of a silver raptor, a furrowed brow, eyes that pierce the veil. We see the scowling, engraved face of a beautiful, elegant...
By the gods, it was horrible! He killed them all, and nothing could stop him! It was Dren, that freak who guards the House of Pride. He told us to leave, but we thought we could beat him. He's just one Fae, and not even a Tuatha, but nothing hurt him, and he slaughtered us all. The worst thing was, he seemed sorry to kill us. We'd heard the legends of Dren the Bloody, unbeatable defender of the House of Pride, but you know how Fae are with their stories. We were going to be the ones who beat him, and opened the path to Alabastra for the army. We were going to be heroes, you know? Then Dren told us to turn around or we'd die. And God's help us, we didn't turn around. That's what we thought too. But if anyone can do it, it'd be you.
Damn it! I told them not to try anything until we arrived. I was hoping you'd find the answer to that question along with Ventrinio. Oh, here he comes now. Maybe he'll tell us. This can't end here.
Sometimes one soldier can do what an entire army cannot.
You haven't tried approaching, have you? No, of course you haven't. You're still alive. This took a little longer to find than I had hoped, but it should be exactly what you need. Dren had a twin in the Summer Court, Dith the Defender of Valor. They were both entirely immune to each other's power. She faded when the House of Valor fell, but my early experiments with the Well of Souls provided a quite useful little surprise. You see, when trying to draw life energy from the ether, I captured her essence and bound it into this charm. With this, you will be immune to Dren's power. It's not as powerful as it used to be, and it's specific to Dren. But it'll let you face him and live. Now, be fair. Fae don't have souls as mortals do. They're a form of magic with a physical form. And I only got a little of it anyway. Just enough for a certain degree of immunity to Dren's power. It only works for one person, but it'll be enough for you to reach him. Trouble is, he'll be immune to your power as well. But I'm sure you can think of something. With the essence of valor, you can withstand Dren's attacks. Stop being such a child and go face him. You've got his counterpart's essence, so he shouldn't be able... So what if he's still invulnerable too? Go find a way around it. My name is Ventrinio Dessalini, and I am Professor Emeritus Absconder. Of course, that was all before I began work on the Well of Souls. Such an important undertaking doesn't leave much time. Now, go show that defender what a little... magic can do.
Turn back or die. Turn back or die. Then you shall die like the others before you. I made an oath to protect my house and my homeland. No power short of death can keep me from fulfilling my duties. I know your intentions are to free my people from the Tuatha. You seem an honorable sort. You even bear the blessing of my sister. But I have sworn an oath to defend my house and homeland. I cannot let you in without a fight, and you cannot win against me. If only things could be different. If only the Tuatha were gone and my... I shall never yield. Please, now. Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister and I were chosen to protect our kind. So long as our houses stood, the Fae would never pass from this world. In pride, we never imagined that our houses could crumble beneath our feet. Mortals led to the collapse of my sister's house, but with Gadflow's help, they shall not have. He may taint pride with his Prismere and his obscene god, but it will keep us eternal. Before I knew the truth of Tuatha, I swore to keep my homeland safe. I could never have known what my people would become. Fae never change, and pride's honor never yields. I cannot yield, but if your true intent is to stop Gadflow, then perhaps there is a way my house, if you would promise to spare the House of Pride, then we could put aside our powers and have an honest battle. Win, and your army may pass. If this is the only way to secure a chance for my house's untainted survival, then so be it. If you should win, then destroy the Tuatha in my house and the hateful witch knight Myrna. Then we can be truly free.
You did it! You actually beat... Yes, I owe Ventrinio a drink. A promise is a promise, and the Witch Knights of Pride would be powerful allies. I'll send a few soldiers along to help. Meanwhile, I'll get the other troops ready to move into Alabastra once that gate opens. The gate to Alabastra's still closed, and we can't open it without the House of Pride's help. Clean out the Tuatha inside, and we can move on. Get that gate open, and the army will be ready to go.
The jester of the King of Winter, the fool who made a mockery of life, of everything, languished in a discontent. He heard the whisperings of power, felt its pulse. He saw visions of an endless winter, of a totality of nothingness. He was Gadflow, and he would follow the cycle no longer.